Well, I know you've said this several times that, win is a win no matter what. But you got to be happy, but also you've got a lot to work on.
You always do. You don't ever arrive. You just got to play better than your opponent. And defense was the name of the game this weekend. I know, obviously, they got really good hitters. They got good pitchers. They didn't play great defensively, so I know it's frustrating for them. We've been there. We had a game like that and down in South Florida. It happens. It's baseball. And the reason I think we come out on top, not to take anything away from our pitching or hitting, was we played really good defense this weekend.
Levi, obviously, he made the big play yesterday, but he continued to make great plays now for the day.
He's making me look smart, which is not easy to do because I kind of publicly said I felt like we had one of the best, if not the best, center fielder in the country, and he's making it look a little way easier than it is. So, but I'm just happy that he's just playing, he's showing up, he's having fun. All the kids on the team for the past few years know how talented he is. He's a super talented kid, and the longer he plays this game, the better he's going to get. I'm so excited for how he's playing the second half of the year and for hopefully many years to come.
Dan Dalton, I think, struck out 3 straight times on Friday night, and then you pinch hit for him and got a little break, and then he came back the last 2 days. Today was huge.
He's been great all year. Just always know if you're in the DH spot, there's a good chance you get pinch hit for, just because I need to get at bats for guys. So whoever the DH is, but yeah, he obviously was swinging a little uphill and was struggling. So sometimes a little reset, lean over the railing. Catching is good for him, takes his mind. He's been great all year as the DH, so that was unlike him. But then I play him at first today because I just have to keep that versatility going, and I was probably most pleased with how well he played defensively at first because Ben Bianco's playing great defense at first, and to know you got 2 guys that play really good over there is comforting.
You had the play yesterday from Usher. You talked about their defensive their lapses, but Levi makes a play in the first. Metzinger made a play at third. Dalton a couple picks, and then the double play. Defensively, you really played well.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not taking that for granted. I know there's a lot of runs on the board, but I know the value of defense, and you give up more runs to Clemson if you don't play really good defense. Just a tough day to pitch. Just winds gushing out. A lot of good hitters moving the baseball. We challenge our pitchers. Just if you give them up, give them solo. Obviously you try to avoid the walks, and that's always a challenge just for some guys because they just press a little bit. But it's part of it. You never have every hitter locked in. You never have every pitcher locked in. Hey, just keep fighting. The message last week was enjoy the fight, and this week was enjoy the mission. And just stay at it.
Seems like a lot of guys get the spotlight, but Logan Beard just keeps doing it night after night. 4 hits today, 4 RBIs. Your thoughts on how he's looking at the plate?
I've said from day one I thought the sophomore class was going to be the difference. I love seeing the fifth-year seniors and the seniors, and Dalton is kind of that junior that gets a lot of the attention. But I really felt like the 5 sophomores that were going to be in the lineup were going to help us become a really elite competitive lineup. And everybody knew about Knapchick and Peyton a little bit, but Humphrey, Beard, and just I feel for JT because he's just behind. But going into the year, he was one of the better sophomores. So yes, I'm what Logan and Isaac and those sophomores do. I don't take for granted, man. They're what I call professional. They show up every day and they just compete. And as a coach, man, that's very enjoyable to have that type of maturity and toughness.
You talked about the Usher catch last night, but in a game like this, when recruiting is the name of the game, when you get a SportsCenter #1 play, does that not make a coach happy and help the brand a little bit?
Well, I made Stephen Williams happy because I've been upset this year. I thought Masterman made some unbelievable catches like that, because we show him a lot in highlight videos, and I'm like, how did that not make SportsCenter top 10? So obviously after Levi's catch yesterday, I challenged Steven to say, Steven, come on, the world has to see this. So he obviously did a great job of getting it out, but you just want the world to see it. You rave about these kids that you get to coach, and I challenge our fans, and you want the world to see what type of talent that is. That is a special talent. I think he's got a chance to play this game for a long time. So I'm glad he's having success in our uniform, and I'm glad that the world is taking notice. But I got several text messages this morning, not seeing it myself, but hearing it was the number one play. And you should get a little, hey, look at the play he made in the first inning. I'm not saying it was as good as last night's, but robbing home runs is robbing home runs. I mean, those are always highlight plays.
We've got a trophy game coming up midweek. What's that series against Vanderbilt like for you guys?
It's just been a great rivalry in college baseball. We're bordering states, and the Battle of the Barrel has a unique feel because of the history in Kentucky and Tennessee. But I think it's a national rivalry where we're two teams that have squared off a lot in the postseason because of proximity, and sometimes it's in Omaha. It's been a super regional. It's been a regional. I don't know if we played another team in all three segments as we've played Vanderbilt in the postseason. And so the one game we play them during the year, I think it's just great for college baseball and the exposure it gives our two universities. And it's a midweek game, so you never know what you're going to get. But I know our kids look forward to going down there because we got so much respect for those guys, and it just always seems to be a really good game.
You did a little bit of tooling this weekend with the starting pitching rotation, and outside of Jared Tolman, who's kind of established himself at the A's, do you think those Saturday and Sunday spots are kind of up for grabs at this point?
Yeah, I think we just gotta process everything, and let's just take it 1 week at a time, and let's just help these young guys grow, and I think they're getting better. I think every time we run them out there, they're getting better. But just like hitters, with challenge with Coach Snyder and Vrabel, Coach Williams, you always got some pitchers you're trying to get going. I mean, it's part of coaching. You never have them all clicking at the same time. So it's the part of coaching that we should enjoy, trying to get those guys going that aren't going, and I'm confident that this staff will.